Tonight start, as part of tonight's festivities, we'd like to honor the individuals from our racing community who have volunteered their time and efforts to support carb and racing in our community. Everyone enjoys the benefit of being honored, so let's give our support by keeping the conversations down until after all the awards are presented. The Central Auto Racing Boosters Carb was formed in 1952 with the purpose to promote interest in and the understanding of the auto racing sport in Missouri and elsewhere among the general public, to introduce cooperation between fans, car owners, drivers, track officials, and the general public, and to encourage better sportsmanship at the racetracks. In striving to meet its purpose, CARB has several events throughout the year: a bowl-a-thon, golf tournament, carb nights, and its banquet, to name a few. These events are made possible by the dedicated volunteers who donate their time and efforts at each of the events. And at this time, we'd like to say thank you to CARB, its officers, directors, and many volunteers. At this time, the 5 track tables and the CARB officers and directors can make their way. Oh, sorry, that's yours, Skip, not mine. You've already had your photo taken. I'm sure there'll be a few more gaffes before the end of the evening. All right, when I call your name, please stand and remain standing. The 2017 CARB officers and board of directors are President Skip Richardson, Vice President Sean Burns, Secretary Carol Burns, Treasurer Carrie Richardson, Membership Secretary Bob Reber, Sergeant at Arms Carl Castor and Richard Lane, and Board of Directors Linda Howell, Doris Walker, Cindy Lane, Heather Reber, Sharon Reber, Vicki Davis, Shelby Matthew, and Chelsea Ballou. A round of applause, please. The 2017 CARB appointed positions and committee chairpersons are: for the awards banquet, Carrie Richardson, Bob Reber, and Carol Burns; the blood bank, Doris Walker; the bowl-a-thon, Carrie Richardson; chaplain, Carl Castor; Clyde Ellis Race on Snake, Saturday Car Show, and Float co-chairs are Carrie Richardson, Sean and Carol Burns, Shauna and Myron Powell, Shelby Matthew, and Chelsea Ballou. Database coordinator, Cindy Lane; donation coordinator, Carrie Richardson; driver appreciation picnic co-chairs, Sean and Carol Burns; family matters, Doris Walker; golf tournament, Skip Richardson; historian, Debbie Bergman; hospitality, Heather Reber and Sharon Reber; the newsletter, Cindy Lane; photographer, Carrie Richardson and Lisa Burlington; roster and yellow pages, Shelby Matthew; volunteer coordinator, Debbie Bergman; website administrator, Chris Carpenter and Skip Richardson; bylaws committee chairperson, Debbie Bergman; race day at the T-Bones chairperson, Sean Burns and Skip Richardson; race day at the Mavericks chairperson, Skip Richardson; and World Wheels Car Show co-chairs, Skip Richardson and Sean Burns. Now, if anyone would like to help with these events or positions next year, please let one of the officers or board members of CARB know. You've already given them a big round of applause, so another round of applause. Oh. All right, and Sean, we have one more award that we wanted to do real quick. Yes?
Skip, as many of you know, it's Skip's last year as president. Him and his wife have done countless things for CARB over the last couple of years, several years. And we'd just like to recognize Skip with a plaque of appreciation for all of the work you have done.
In 2013, CARB formed its sister organization, the Central Auto Racing Boosters Hall of Fame and Museum. The purpose of this organization is to educate the public about auto racing by recognizing, honoring, and preserving the legacy of the great drivers, mechanics, crew members, promoters, officials, track owners, and other individuals who have made major contributions to the success of the sport. To inspire our youth to achieve greatness of their own, to educate visitors, fans, and scholars from around the world about the history and the continuing significance of auto racing, to foster pride and preserve good sportsmanship and citizenship in the racing community, and to operate a museum that collects, preserves, exhibits, and develops the growth of racing through its library and archives, as well as its educational programs. In furtherance of its purpose, in 2014, the CARB Hall of Fame and Museum teamed up with the Kansas City Automotive Museum and currently has on display information regarding our Hall of Fame inductees, race cars, driver memorabilia, and other items that have been donated to the museum. At this time, we would like to introduce you to those individuals who are working hard to promote and preserve our racing history, the CARB Hall of Fame and Museum officers and directors. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Your 2017 CARB Hall of Fame and Museum officers and directors are President Karen Darling, Vice President Linda Howell, Secretary Cindy Lane, Treasurer Carla Lane, and Board of Directors Debbie Bergman, Rick Darling, Rick Howard, Brenda Johnson, Bobby Lane, John Lane, Bud Honeycutt, Darren Woodward, Randy Sears, and Judy Sears. If you're here, please stand so you can be recognized. We now turn our attention to a special group of people whose efforts allow us to fulfill our passions and make it possible for us to experience racing throughout the season. These hardworking families put their money on the line each and every week so we can enjoy our sport. For that, all of us wish to say a sincere thank you. Would each of these owners come up on the stage when I call your name? From I-35 Speedway, Mike and Kyle Johnson. From Valley Speedway, Dennis and Connie Shroud. From Lakeside Speedway, Don and Donna Mars. From US 36 Raceway, John and Beth Bowler. And from Atchison County Raceway, Phil and Stacy Birkinshaw. Accepting tonight will be Josiah? Josiah? Thanks, Skip. Josiah Birkinshaw? Okay. All right. Accepting will be Skip Richardson. At this time, if we have any track officials, fire, safety crews, push truck operators, or tow truck drivers in attendance, please stand. Let's give them all a big round of applause and thank you for what you do. Also, as we're passing out the awards this evening, if you would like to have your photos taken, we do have photos set up over here on the side. There she is. She's happy to take your photo tonight. We encourage you to. As we start the presentation of the awards this evening, we want to remind our award winners that after receiving your awards, please make your way over to Brenda and have your picture taken so we can preserve these special moments. Your recognition as a CARB Award winner tonight makes you a forever part of this organization's history and a potential Hall of Fame inductee. Please come up the stairs on the left side of the stage and exit on the right. We would also like to keep the talking down to a whisper during the presentations. It would greatly be appreciated. And thank you. We begin with the CARB Special Awards. These awards are given to individuals who selflessly give their time to CARB and to auto racing in our area. As we read each award, you'll hear the term Betterment of Auto Racing. The Betterment of Auto Racing means the honoree displays characteristics of unselfishness and that everything he or she does is done to promote our great sport. Award recipients support their special event not to win awards, not to earn recognition, but because they are passionate for the sport of auto racing. The Betterment of Auto Racing is simply putting the sport before yourself. Nominations for each of the awards are taken in the October and November general membership meetings. In November, the nominees are closed, voting takes place, and the winners are announced tonight. The Distinguished Service Award. CARB's definition of the Distinguished Service Award is a race driver, owner, or mechanics who perform an act or service relating to the betterment of auto racing. The nominees for this year are Sean Burns, Donnie Brown, Bud Wilson, and Dean Truelove. This year's winner was nominated because he truly has been an ambassador to our sport. He contributed to the betterment of auto racing. He stepped into the carb scene by first becoming a board member, then he took on helping to organize and participate in the World of Wheels, Race Appreciation Day at the Mavericks, Clyde Ellis Race On, in association with the North Kansas City Snake Parade Race Day, and Race Day at the T-Bones, Carb Driver Appreciation Picnic, as well as volunteering at other carb events such as the Carb Nights at the racetracks. That was just for carb. This year alone, this driver did 17 events for his charity. He has given over 2,500 164 scale cars away from one of his sponsors and helped many drivers obtain sponsorships. He also felt the need to start a car care ministry at his church, which provides oil changes to single mothers, seniors, and widows 4 times a year. He never seeks gratification from his peers. He receives it every time he lifts a child into his car, signs a hero card, and gives them a race car or even a smile and a quiet thank you from the single mother or seniors that he's helped. That's more than he ever needs. We thought of nominating this driver for Sportsman of the Year, but those of you that know him knows he still needs to work on that. I'm very pleased to announce tonight we honor Sean Burns as a 2017 Carb Distinguished Service Award.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it had to be my wife. Yeah, and here she does something funny. If you win speech. She typed my speech for me and put it on there. Wow, am I honored and blessed to have been nominated for this award with 3 very other deserving men. You know, I never have done any of this for a pat on the back, just so that one kid would fall in love with racing like I have. With that being said, I want to do something a little different. And I want to tell you about my other nominees because, wow, that's all I got to say. For years, I've heard stories about Donnie Brown. From donating money to help with the Castor Awards, to organizing collections for Lisa Burlington with help with her camera equipment, to just being that behind-the-scenes racer that was willing to help anybody, anytime. This year, I've seen Dean Truelove passion for racing rub off on multiple teams he was helping. From setup to maintenance to, I know he even bought parts for them at times when they needed it, which was above and beyond what anybody should ever do. He even stopped one night helping them to help me make the feature that night. And then boy, the last thing I gotta say is Bud Wilson. Wow, racing for Ryan, man. It's huge, huge. I know the blood, sweat, and tears it takes to do one of those events with our Noah's Nights, and it's an amazing amount of work. So with that being said, my wife told me that I was crazy for doing this because I may have well be the only one that didn't get an award tonight. So I'd like you 3 to join me up here. I have a little something for you because I'm so honored to be nominated with you guys. So would you join me? It's my pleasure to have been nominated with each and every one of you, and thank you all for doing what you do for the betterment of racing.
Sportsman of the Year. CARB's definition of Sportsman of the Year is a driver participating in active competition that shows skill in and devotion to racing. The conduct becoming a sportsman who involves honest rivalry and graceful acceptance of the results. This year's nominees are Billy Spillman, Richard Lane, Tim Powell, and John Hansen. This year's winner was nominated because he's not only a sportsman on the track while racing, but a true and genuine person off the track. He is always caring and thinking of others in every aspect of his life. It is impossible to even mention all the things that he continuously does for others, so many things that are done without anyone ever knowing. He is the first one to step up for every charity event or opportunity to help others. His kindness and caring reaches way past the racetrack. One of the things that stands out most is in the way that he takes care of others and their feelings into consideration. Knowing it was one of the hardest things that she has ever had to do, he gave Vicki Davis a bouquet of flowers before the race to honor her husband. He also did the same for Charlene Carrick at her husband's memorial. He did this without anyone knowing or any recognition of himself, but just to let them know that he realized what a difficult time that they were going through. He sponsored Noah's Bandage Project, the Gary Davis Memorial, the Tom Carrick Memorial, Lakeside Back to School Night for the kids, Chris Carpenter's Children's Mercy Hospital events, and many, many more. He is a true, caring, and loving human who never puts himself first, but is first in line to always be there for others. For this reason, we honor Tim Powell with the 2017 CARB Sportsman of the Year. The J.O. Pop Hartman Award. CARB's definition of this award is any person other than an active driver, owner, or mechanic who performs an act or service for the betterment of auto racing. The J.O. Pop Hartman Award is given in memory for a man who loved the sport of auto racing. Just in case you don't remember, and you might not even be old enough to remember the track, but Pop Hartman was the caretaker for the Olympic Stadium for 30 years. He was an active and devoted member of CARB for 15 and one of the original founders of this club in 1952. The nominees this year are Randy Sears, Heather Reber, and Larry Myrtle. This nominee has been doing things for the Central Auto Racing Boosters since she was a young girl. She attends all the board and general membership meetings. You can always find her at any CARB event, either helping her father with membership or doing whatever is needed. This year she worked on the Snake Saturday Clyde Ellis race, the Carb golf tournament, Mavericks Race Appreciation Day, and the T-Bones and the Drivers Appreciation Picnic. Her and her family have helped folding and getting newsletters ready to mail out. This lady always has a smile on her face and loves helping Carb. For this event, she was here to help set up tables, raffle items, and trophies. She says that when her dad retires from membership secretary, hopefully one day she can fill his shoes and follow in his footsteps. Her nickname is Miss Secretary. For your 2017, the winner of the J.O. Pop Hartman Award is Heather Reber. I offer it to everyone. Virginia Nelson Achievement Award. The Virginia Nelson Achievement Award was started in 1992 in memory of a woman who loved the sport of auto racing. Virginia helped form CARB in 1952 and was a dedicated member, holding several offices within the club throughout her tenure. For 39 years, she continually worked extremely hard to keep CARB strong and growing until her death in 1991. The Virginia Nelson Achievement Award is presented to a current CARB member who has unselfishly given his or her time and energy to the current and past successes of CARB and to the sport of auto racing. This person asks for nothing in return other than to see the future of CARB and the sport of auto racing prosper in this area. This year's nominees are Carl Castor, Linda Howell, and Shauna Powell. This year's winner is at the racetracks, CARB meetings, and at all the CARB functions. He unselfishly devotes his time and energy to support CARB. He has been known to buy CARB items and then donate them to the raffles that are held at the end of the CARB meetings. He has been an officer of CARB continuously for many years. He is always eager to help. With his great sense of humor, he makes everyone feel welcome to the meetings and to the races. He is a great ambassador for the sport of racing and especially for CARB. Tonight we honor Carl Castor with the 2017 Virginia Nelson Achievement Award. Karaoke's after the awards.
Thank you very much, and I am old enough to remember Virginia Nelson, so, and her husband Charlie too, but yeah, thank you very much, quite an honor. Thank you.
Tom Wilson Media Person of the Year Award. This award is presented to a local, regional, or national person for their consistent contribution to the betterment of stock car racing. The award is presented to someone who continuously promotes racing in the Kansas City area in a positive and informative way. The award is nominated and voted on by the general membership of CARB. Tom was special to the Kansas City racing community. He was born with racing in his blood. He competed as a driver before moving on to flagging, announcing, and race promotion. He has been a track announcer at Lakeside Speedway, I-70 Speedway, and was the current announcer at Central Missouri Speedway at the time of his death. Tom was probably one of the first to start making the press release as part of every racetrack he worked at. He was the founder of the radio show Track Talk with Scott Traylor. We will miss Tom, but let's always remember how he ended every racing show. Remember, race fans, speed is for the speedway, not the highway. Drive the safe way, the right way, because we want to see you next week. The nominees this year are Justin Lawson, Todd Palmer, Mike Kraft, and Leroy Morrison. The Racing Boys and Lisa Burlington. Those are the nominees, yes. This person has been a fighter his entire life. He was born into racing, a racing family and heritage. He has superior skills in social media, journalism, and marketing skills. He has a huge passion for racing in the Kansas City area. Not able to race himself, in 2017 he started his own business. It focuses on the racing community to bring a new way of marketing for racetracks, drivers, and owners via social media, journalism, and other cutting-edge marketing ideas. His grandfather, Bill Lawson, was one of the top midget drivers in the Midwest in the 50s, and his dad, Dan Lawson, started driving sprint cars in 1974. Dan also formed the Midwest Sprint Card Series in 2000. Our nominee has done some videos for CARB and is videotaping tonight's event. He is the owner of J.D. Lawson Media. Tonight, the 2017 Tom Wilson Media Person of the Year award goes to Justin Lawson.
Ready? Thank you. It's with great humility that I accept this award tonight. I'd like to do something a little different and at this time acknowledge the 1974 Central Auto Racing Boosters Rookie of the Year, the 1975 Central Auto Racing Boosters Most Improved Driving of the Year, and two-time O'Reilly's Midwest Sprint Car Series champion, number 74, Mr. Danny Lawson. Dad, could you stand up for a second, please? So with no doubt that also Grandpa Bill Lawson is looking down, very proud of this moment. He left some very big shoes to fill here in the racing community in Kansas City. And actually they're about a half size too small, so I'm wearing them tonight. The late, great Bill Lawson. And I just wanted to say that I attended a CARB Hall of Fame and Central Auto Racing Boosters meeting here about a month ago, and very spirited event. A lot of opinions were given and taken at that event, and all I have to say about that is God bless it, because all that does is show the extreme passion that is still alive and well here in Kansas City, and that passion does not stop with the wheelman. It overflows and it weaves itself in and out of the hearts and minds of the crew, of the moms, the dads, the grandmas, the grandpas, the aunts, the uncles, the cousins, the friends, and everybody here also knows that sacrifice does not stop with the wheelman either. We've all made great sacrifices for our beloved sport here, and I will no doubt take this award and lift it high and put it up on the mantle of the Lawson family racing mantle of racing heritage. Thank you.
Tom Carrick Family Award. This award is described as any family that throughout the years service to the racing community has displayed a devotion and love to auto racing, continually promoting the sport of auto racing through their participation in the sport, community service, or other means which displays auto racing as a family sport. In the words of Tom Carrick, racing is family. With the members of the Carrick family presenting the award, please come to the stage at this time. This year's nominees are the Linda Howell family, the Skip Richardson family, Curtis Morrison family, and the Jeff Elder family. This family has been a very important part of Boosters for CARB. They have done countless things for dirt track racing over the years. When it comes to volunteering, they nearly never turn down a request. No matter the activity, they are always part of it, making each activity flow and making it happen. They have always been a positive factor in all matters concerning CARB. Tonight we honor the Skip Richardson family as the recipients of the 2017 Tom Carrick Family Award.
Mr. Richardson might say something though.
Oh gosh, what can I say? Tom Carrick was family. Tom and I go way back. Tom Bierman and I were very good friends and did a lot of racing together. Tom drove for him at one time, and I remember that time out at I-70 Speedway. And Charlene can tell you, if I wasn't running toward that car, Tom and all of us, I honestly thought Tom was gone. But he came back, I mean, he was there. We found him underneath all the debris. But that truly is an honor to me, and I thank you very much for the award. Thank you.
Linda Lou's Commitment Award. This award is in honor of Linda Luz and the commitment she displayed to this club. I apologize, Los. Linda was a hard worker in CARB that we lost early to a blood clot. The officers and board of directors strive to have her enthusiasm and work ethic towards the club. At this time, we'd like to ask Linda's children, Terry and Darlene, to come to the stage to present the award in honor of their mother. This award is presented to a CARB member who has displayed complete commitment to the club by volunteering and supporting the various functions throughout the year. The recipient of this award gives a huge amount of their life to the success of CARB and regularly attends all CARB functions and tackles the duties no one else volunteers to complete. Recipients of this award are nominated by the general membership. The winner is then determined by a majority vote of the board of directors and officers of those nominated. This year's nominees are Debbie Bergman and Shelby Matthew. This year's the recipient of this year's award has devoted her time and energy to the success of the Central Auto Racing Boosters. She has joined CARB as a board member and since has designed and made our CARB banners, stickers, tickets, newsletters, forms, and anything else that we need printed. She has offered to update our website for free and has gone through a lot of red tape and confusion to get it changed. She also does wraps for us and does it all while performing her own business duties. She even wrapped the decorations on your tables this evening. She has shown all of the officers and board that she is committed to the success of the Central Auto Racing Boosters. The Central Auto Racing Boosters would like to present the 2017 Linda Lowe's Commitment Award to Shelby Matthew. In addition to those special awards, the Judd Larson Memorial Award is presented to a Kansas City driver residing within 50-mile radius from Kansas City, Missouri City Hall, who has the highest points for his performance at a track other than a local affiliated track. Example, competing at races sanctioned by various national and local organized bodies. The Judd Larson Memorial Award is a CARB award in memory of a man who made racing his career. Judd Larson was originally from Texas, but made Kansas City his home. Judd was a hard-drinking, hard-driving racer, a colorful character from the days of when few drivers survived to retire. He was a regular at the Indianapolis 500 and was the 1956 Silver Crown champion. He is considered a dirt track legacy and is a member of the Indy Hall of Fame, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame, and the CARB Hall of Fame. The recipient of this year's award is well known to the racing community. He will race anything that has wheels and is always a front runner. Victories and championships are always mentioned with his name. This year, he was seen at tracks the likes of Speedway, Lakeside Speedway, I-35 Speedway, and Central Missouri Speedway, racing his A-modified along with racing and traveling series. This season, his goal was to race full-time in the ULMA Late Model Series, driving the #1 ULMA Late Model. He would get 6 wins, 11 top 5s, and 11 top 10s. Waiting until the last night of competition, he would win his heat race and feature, thus securing him the title of the ULMA Late Model Champion. Your 2017 Judd Larson Memorial Award winner is Aaron Morant. Lisa Burlington will be accepting tonight.
What engine was he using?
Bob Libby Unsung Hero Awards. This award is now named after longtime track announcer Bob Libby, who was once an unsung hero for the racers, racetracks, families, friends, fans, and to the Central Auto Racing boosters. Bob was an individual who excelled at his trade and doing behind-the-scenes work to ensure everyone enjoyed whatever racing event he was announcing. This included interviewing drivers and getting their information, and then presenting it to the race fans, whether it is an important tidbit or a new sponsor. He also did behind-the-scenes work for CARB, building wood items such as trophy risers and cabinets for the Hall of Fame trailer. Each track owner was asked to name their Bob Libby Unsung Hero, a person who works behind the scenes accomplishing tasks that no one else desires to complete. Some of these names you will recognize, and some you may not even know, but their efforts would be totally missed if they were not at the racetracks doing what they do to love and support our sport. Let's give these individuals a nice round of applause, for it is their behind-the-scenes commitment which allows us to race each and every week. The Bob Libby Unsung Hero Award winners for 2017 are from Valley Speedway. This person has been involved in racing for many years. They are always on time and never late. They always go the extra mile and do some to make sure that every day and night goes smooth. They help Connie and Dennis no matter what it may be. Always eager to help in any way at the banquet, test and tune, driver's meeting, you name it, and they will help. They may come across as grouchy at times, but she's doing her job. She is really loving and caring and loves her job. Also known as Bucko, Dennis and Connie and Carb are honored to present the 2017 Bob Libby Unsung Hero Award to Sharon Bouchot. Sharon, I don't know who put that grumpy line in there. I-35 Speedway. This award is being given to that special person who goes above and beyond each week behind the scenes, doing whatever needs to be done. This person can be found checking in late arriving drivers, fixing lineups, fixing computer issues, popping popcorn, running food to either the trackside bar, the grill, or the pit concessions, turning on stadium lights, dumping trash barrels, and so much more. You can hear over the track radios repeatedly, "Have you seen JD? Has anyone seen JD?" Mike and Kyle Johnson and Carb are honored to present the 2017 Bob Libby Unsung Hero Award to JD Green.
Go around, JD.
I've got to say this. Thank you, Carb, for renaming this the Bob Libby Unsung Hero Award. Susan couldn't make it tonight, but she wanted me to pass along. The family says thank you. And as his best friend, I'm getting chills, but I say thank you.
US 36 Raceway. This person stood out among many at US 36 Raceway who were deserving of this award. This person always strives to be one of the first to arrive at the track. They've helped with painting the bleachers and other repairs during the off-season to get the track up and running for the first race of the season. They work long and grueling nights, hunting and pecking at the keyboard, working on press releases, just so the fans, friends, and family know what happened that night at the track. Making sure everyone in attendance is having fun, trying to know every single person who comes through the gate on a first-name basis, spending his own money and time planning activities that light up the sky or the kids' faces during intermission. He says, arriving 3.5 hours early before the first car takes the track is the perfect time to go to work. John and Beth Bowler and Carb are honored to present the 2017 Bob Libby Unsung Hero Award to Rick Staley.
I've been doing this for about 52 years now. My sister, who has passed away, took me to my first race as my brother-in-law was the driver. You don't know what it means to be part of a racing family. Most of you here do, actually. But I want to thank you, the drivers, the fans, the crews. Without y'all, me and him wouldn't have a job. We wouldn't be able to stand up there and do what we do. And I really respect Carb for going out of their way with the spark plugs that's going to be coming up this year, because if anybody knows me, they know intermission with the kids is a big thing for me. So thank Carb, thank John and Beth very much. Thank y'all.
I just wish I didn't work on the same nights as Rick, otherwise I'd go see Rick. Lakeside Speedway. This award is being given to a person who has a huge passion for racing, taking every opportunity to come to the races and support the industry in any way he can. Not a huge social media fan, he takes time to help promote racing the old-fashioned way, with a phone call or a roundtable discussion. Last spring, he approached us offering to help with lawn mowing, general cleanup, or anything else that he could help out with. The catch was, he wanted no pay or incentives. He just wanted to lend a hand to the sport he loves. So he spent every Wednesday at Lakeside Speedway helping in any way he could. Don and Donna Mars and Carb are honored to present the 2017 Bob Libby Unsung Hero Award to Sam Barnhart. Sam? You guys did tell him he could come, right?